Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to Cannon for the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. Yes, it's going to be an easy talk. It's going to be quite easy. It's going to be a short one. Yeah. Going to be an interesting one. Des, can you hear? Can you see? Can you see? Can you hear me? No, he can't. It's gone lopsided. Yeah, an easy talk. We are having some technical difficulties as usual. It's Canal 4 TV, isn't it? You know, it wouldn't be Canal 4 TV without all the problems and the sounds and the visuals and even my guests. 2/3 of my guests have kind of, I won't say let me down, but I think they've got other more important things to be thinking about than coming on to an easy talk here. But we're gonna get into this one on the other side of this music, and hopefully when we come back, I might have just two guests in the green room waiting for me. See you in 2 ticks. I tell you what, it wouldn't be an easy talk without all the technical glitches and gizmos and all that stuff. But anyway, It's Friday evening. Friday evening means it's the easy talk. The easy talk means it's Friday.
Hey,
Des,
hello.
How are you, geezer?
I'm all right, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good. It's Friday.
Right. I'll be honest with you. I can't see anything, but I don't want to play around anymore. So I'll just talk. All right.
Des, you know what? We've got the Don. The Don is back.
Don Larry.
Larry.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, my man. Hey, thanks, Mark. I'm back. Yeah.
Hello, Don.
It's been a while. It's been a long while.
Been a long time.
It's been too long, man. Too long.
Yeah.
But anyway, good to see you back, man. Good to see you back. So, those of you who are watching now, make sure that you do subscribe to Canal 4 TV. Share the content, whatever content we've been doing for the last 2.5 weeks, and it's not been much. I'm back at work. But anyhow, we've done the introductions. Don Larry. Now I know I sent you the topics, but I'm gonna throw a curveball to you. All right, Ivan Toney has just got his first England call up. Did Arsenal miss a trick by not signing Ivan Toney?
Well, we are straightforward like that because the reason why England has not called him, the same reason why Arsenal did not sign him. You know, it's just that he's been in good form, but the season before this, it was not that good because he didn't score many goals. Same line with England call up. Because of his performance just last season, we can't really sign him to replace. So I believe that Jesus is better than Tony, and we made a good signing in that not signing Ivan Toney. That's my take.
But Larry, do you not think with the attackers we have, it's just too predictable? And I think with Arteta, his style, the tactics he's trying to be too much like Pep Guardiola. And if we had signed Ivan Toney, he would have given us something different. No?
Yes, pertaining to that is that if we would have wanted to sign him, we'll sign him as also an attacker. You understand? Because I got your point, because even it's beginning to give me doubt. I mean, I've seen that defenders, they know what to do with this. They try to wrestle him down, and then his stature is so big. I will have, yes, it will have been good if we have. But before this time, we may not be able to sign him because he doesn't score goals. And if we can try and sign him in January, I would like it, because let him also be taking defense issues. You understand? Let him draw the defender to himself with his size. He can bully them the way they are wrestling Jesus. Then Jesus will have a free hand to score goals. So we're there in January. If the team will agree, if Brentford will agree that we sign our mind to pay a lot of money. Then let him come and bully the defenders and Gabriel Jesus. That's what I think is good.
Enforcer, Ivan Toney, did we miss a step on him? Did we not? Should we have signed him? Oh.
Do you know what? I think we should have. I think we should have with Jesus. Yeah. I mean, I know we gave Eddie the massive contract, but we should have Ivan Toney because he gives you something different to Jesus. And he's a exceptional penalty taker.
Yeah.
And he seems to be able to score from anywhere and with any part of his body, really. And we haven't got many guys, well, apart from a couple of defenders, that will score goals with their heads. So yeah, I would have got him. I would have gone out and got both, just for that variety. And I know we've got Martinelli and I know we've got Eddie, but it just would have strengthened us in the striking department, and also, as I say, it would have just given us something different to Jesus. You know.
Do you think our front line in Saka, Martinelli, Jesus, do you think the opposition have kind of sorted up, that kind of sussed them out, Des?
No, not particularly. Not particularly, because I don't think. I don't mean to disagree with the Don, like, but I don't think defenders have worked out Jesus. And the reason I say that is because he doesn't give them a second to think. If he's on the ball or a defender's got the ball, he'll chase them down and he doesn't give them the time to think. I don't think they have worked us out. They might have worked Saka out a bit.
Yeah.
But he's a young kid and he can change his game. And I would say Martinelli, if Martinelli's got one thing he needs to work on, it's crossing the ball quicker. And to a degree, because I like the kid, he needs to cross it better. I mean, who was it we were playing? Was it Fulham when he took a load of corners and they were just going nowhere? They were just, they were just, come on, Martinelli, you can score the goals. Now really get on to passing the ball and getting the crosses in quicker. And one thing I will say, Alex, right? I'm fed up with Arsenal trying to walk the ball into the goal. If you've got a chance of a shot from the 18-yard box, take it.
Yeah,
I know what you're going to say. I know. Please, don't go on, say it. Please say it. I know I'll be honest, he is guilty of that, right? But this is the difference, and I hate to go off to another player for a second, but this is the difference between him and, say, Vieira. Because Odegaard looks for that dinky little pass, okay? And he has to be near the 18-yard box to do it, where Fabio will come in from the wing, he'll give you a lot more different options, and he'll cross the ball quicker. And I will admit that. I'll put my hand up. There you go, Alex. I'll put my hand up. All right? But that's my opinion on it. If you're asking me about the front three, they haven't worked out Jesus yet. They might have worked out Saka a little bit. And as I say, Martinelli needs to practice his crossing and getting the crosses done quicker.
Yeah. Okay. Don, listen. I know we can't. Sorry. Go on, Don. Sorry.
Can I portray? Okay. If we watch our game against Manchester United, you see, was asked to always pursue Jesus, and it got to a point that Varane asked to wrestle Jesus down because Jesus was trying to dribble in, head him till he pulled him down. The same thing with Lisandro Martinez did, and he had to dribble him. He kicked him off the ball. You see, this is what they have had. This is the plan. If you want also our games against the game we played before Man U, it's down. Even they did not allow him to move. That is their plan because they've seen during the before the kidding practice, they've seen what they can do during the preseason. You understand? So all the defense. But if we get somebody like Tony now, Tony, he has body, he's strong, he can bully any defender off and give a pass to his. I think it will be better if we can get Tony by January.
Don, would you go for Mitrovic of Fulham?
Yes, I wouldn't mind. I want my exceptional player. You know, the day we played, you know, with them. If you see the corner that almost called, that Ramsey has to see, has to bend, and he bent himself over Saka to make sure he put that header in. And it's also strong. You understand? It can take on defenders. It can bully defenders, and it's then that can wrestle him down, just like the way they are doing to Jesus. Because even in the beginning, you can see Jesus has not scored for like 3 games now, because they didn't allow 3 defenders on him once he has the ball. Even if he's trying to manage to dribble past them, he's very intelligent player. They hold him and wrestle him down. So we need to look for a way that all the concentration will not be on Jesus.
Des, very quickly,
Yeah.
would you have gone? I know we're talking about alternatives to Jesus.
Yeah, of course.
And would you have gone for a Mitrovic? No.
Do you know what? I know it's your second team, Alex, right? And I know that, but I will say this: I would go for Mitrovic because he fits in with the Arsenal system, and we would have been at. He's the kind of guy you can. He's the kind of guy you can feed balls to, and he'll do something with it, just like Jesus. Yeah. But the problem is, your guys, your Fulham cannot let him go. Otherwise, that would be like self-imploding.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So yes, I would take him, but Fulham cannot let him go.
Yeah. Do you think he will come to an Arsenal? If do you think he would move to Arsenal if the numbers were right?
Anybody can move anywhere if the numbers are right. You know what I mean? It's that. Again, it's just that thing. Who have Fulham got who could replace him? Or who could they get? Who could they get to replace him that's of that standard or even possibly higher? That's the question. That's the question you need to ask, isn't it? You know?
But there's what I'm thinking, Des, is that he might feel like because now he's like a big fish in a small pond in Fulham. If he wasn't Arsenal, he'd feel like a small fish in a massive pond.
I get
exactly.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying totally. As a fan of Arsenal, yeah, I'd take him. In fact, I'd probably take him over Tony.
Yeah.
If that answers the question, I would probably take him over Tony because Tony has bad mouthed us in the past. But not that it's. I'm splitting hairs a bit, you know what I mean. Plus, he's a Liverpool. Apparently, he's a Liverpool supporter. So you know. But if you was to say who would you take, Tony or Malkovich? Malkovich, I would probably take Malkovich.
Yeah. Cheeky Chappy. Can't hear you.
It's one of them nights, Alex. It's one of them nights.
No, Jess, it's been one of those weeks, mate.
Has it? Oh, has it? Oh, bless you.
All right, Cheeky Chappy. I think we can't hear you. Let me put the volume up. Can't hear you. Nope. Nope. Do you want to go out and come back in again? Can't hear you. Well, anyway, whilst the Cheeky Chappy is sorting out his audio, we're going to talk about Bukayo Saka and Marquinhos. Now,
I've been waiting for this.
No, the only reason why I pinpointed Marquinhos and Saka in particular, I don't know how many times, Don, I've said this each and every live show that Bukayo Saka needs a rest. Now we have Marquinhos. I'm going to put up their stats very, very quickly, Don, and you can tell me your thoughts about Marquinhos. Is there any reason why he cannot start on Sunday?
For me, there's no reason because I watched his performance in our games against in the Europa League. I saw the way he was taking on the defenders, and you know, for me, is stronger for me than Saka. You understand? Even though that Saka has experience, intelligence, but I see a star coming, and I know we can continue to use him rest. For now, we can continue to use him, or rather, we start with Saka first, like 15 minutes, we bring him in. Because we burned out Saka too much for the only last season off. You understand? In all the cup games, mostly, especially the Premier League. And now Saka will be needed. And now we are in the top position. If we want to maintain to rest, and also we should get an option for Martinelli as well, because I know, and this work rate is high, but also we are burning him down. You understand why we cannot start? We'll start Saka. Yes, I mean, as usual. After like 15 minutes, we let him go and rest and put him McKinnon. That's a strong boy we have at hand.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Okay, good.
Okay.
That's good.
I know we're just speaking now about the second topic about Marquinhos and Saka, but it wasn't part of the topics. But we were just before that talking about Ivan Toney. Do you think Arsenal kind of missed a step by not signing Ivan Toney because he's got his first England call up? And I didn't realise that since January he scored 13 Premier League goals, only behind Harry Kane. So do you think we should have signed Ivan Toney, Cheeky Chappy?
It's complicated, but for me, it starts with Nketiah, right? Because we're looking for competition for Gabriel Jesus. Jesus is a top striker, and I think we were complacent a little bit because for me, Nketiah is just not good enough to be the second, the second striker, behind a top striker like Gabriel Jesus. So we needed to look for an alternative. I think we didn't do it because it was cheaper. Because there aren't many strikers available nowadays. And now when you look, for example, at City with Haaland, that they only pay 50 million in this day and age, is really, really cheap. But yeah, I think we needed to get another one. And now that you were talking before, like Mitrovic, he would have been like a great addition to the squad. But he's the type of player that I love, but Arsenal never had. That is, selfish and they give results and that type of player that is like Zlatan Ibrahimovic, that is like Lautaro Martinez, that is kind of like Lewandowski. That type of striker, we never had it. It was a little bit with Oliver Giroud, but he wasn't as selfish as this type of player. But we need someone to be a real backup for Jesus because if he gets injured, then it gets very complicated. The whole season gets very, very complicated, especially in a year like this one that we have so many games one after the other because we have World Cup, we have Champions League, Euro, everything is happening at the same time.
But
Alfie,
yeah, sorry, Des. Go, Des. Yeah.
I'm just going to ask one quick question. Was Henri not as good as these guys that are about today? That's all I was going to ask.
Again?
Was Henri not as good as the guys that are about today?
I don't know. I mean,
I would have to say yes, in my opinion. What do you think, Alex?
Yeah, I would have to concur.
Thank you.
But Alfie, what bothers me, what concerns me is the lack of physicality in players like Martinelli, Saka, and Gabriel Jesus. Forget about injuries. I'm looking at the Man United game where literally they did bully us. If we had a Lukaku, there's no way these guys.
Definitely. But at the same time, you shouldn't be bullied by a 160 Argentinian because he's very, very small. Like it's not even about physicality; it's about attitude. And yes, Mitrovic is big and he's a presence. But for example, Kante as well, he's very, very small, but he recovers more balls and he's more physical many other players. So yes, we need that type of player, but also it's a mentality thing. We have to say to Martinelli, hey, if you have to push people around, do it.
Mm.
But he's not like that, though. That's the issue.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Alex, sorry, going back to your Manchester United thing. Do you think we were bullied? Because I saw it that we outplayed them. We just got beat because we got caught twice on the counter.
But how much of an impact did Gabriel Jesus have?
Oh right, okay, I see
Not
your point now. I
because
see.
because he's our linchpin, isn't he? But they
Yeah,
just snuff him out.
okay, I see the point you make.
But again, I go back to
You're
Mitrovic.
right.
If we had a Lukaku, there's
You know,
no way.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
It
exactly.
wouldn't happen.
I said something that it is becoming a concern because the way they used to hold, the way the defenders now plans to hold Jesus and dress him. Even in our last game, even though in our game against Fulham, they did that to him. To do now is that they want to cut off connection from other strikers to Jesus. Try to take them. He can dribble very well and is very fast, very intelligent. But they hold him. If you have somebody like Lukaku who's like that, no one. Ivan Toney, no one can do. Size also matters in this case. That's what is. But I'm now thinking that we need a very huge the defenders to himself who can hold defenders and just maybe allow other players like Martinelli, like Saka to be able to put a pass. You understand? Concentration from all the defenders. If you can get such striker, that's why I say I would love it because Mitrovic is also very very huge. He has body and he can also do that.
But Don, isn't Chiki Chappie right insofar as it's your mentality? That's the difference between good players and great players. Great players will find a way to overcome those obstacles there. And I just don't.
Henry, in the days of Henry was not that size. It's not the same size with Jesus. And Henry has Beckham by the side. Are you getting me? So if Henry didn't, Beckham will get it. And don't forget, we have this guy coming, Lundberg. We also have the other guy from the left. I forgot his name, the Portuguese. You understand? So in the day, okay, look at our front three. Look at Saka. Look at Martinelli. Look at his. They are smaller in size. This is the same thing they are doing to Jesus. It's what they are doing to Saka now. 2-3 defenders are on him. When he's trying to dribble them, they draw him back. And that exactly in our match against Man United, that was what Varane was so perplexed that day. Why should he be like that? And the referee has refused to protect him. Was doing to Saka. You understand? So it seems that football now probably will get some restless strikers who are also, and let our defender be restless because it is really bothering me. Jesus has not scored he has scored only 3 goals. And now, when he was in Man City, there were a lot of options. There were a lot of 2-3 people attacking no one that the opposing defenders can concentrate on. Are you getting me? Jesus was there. Then there were other ones. There's other one again. So if you face Jesus, Torres, so this is the kind of forward. If we want to be playing the kind of football that Pep is playing, then work us.
There's for you, Saka, Marquinhos. Where do you stand? Do you think there's no reason why Marquinhos cannot play on Sunday?
Well, to answer that question, no, not at all, because I think he's good competition for Saka, and I think Saka needs good competition because I think this is part of the problem with the beginning of this season with Saka being up and down. He just thinks he's going to walk into the team every week. So he needs that player that can challenge him, and I think Marquinhos is that player. But what's annoyed me this week is that we're on about loaning the kid out.
Yeah.
Well, hold on a minute. At one point, shush, I'm on the thing. Oh, sorry, that was my dog. I'm on the I'm of the way of thinking. They're saying that he needs to be loaned out for him to progress. Well, that's a load of rubbish, because all you're going to do is you're going to loan him out to probably another Premier side team who you don't want to anyway, or a lower level team. And basically, surely he can progress playing in the first team better than sending him out on loan. That's my opinion on it. But I think the kid's got a lot of potential. It's like Alfie says, he's got a good mentality. He's definitely got the strength, you know, the ruggedness. He can bounce off. He can take a bounce, you know, and he obviously can score goals. And genuinely, he's a player for the future. But I think it could be the wake-up call that Saka maybe needs.
Yeah. But there's like, do you not think Saka needs a break as well? He needs a break.
Oh, totally. Yeah. Give Saka a break, because that's why he's probably not so good. Because he's probably mentally tired. Not only is he physically tired, he's probably mentally tired.
Yeah.
You know.
So you would start him on Sunday, Marquinhos. Yeah.
I would start him, yes, because the difference between Saka and Marquinhos, if I can give you a comparison, is Saka draws players, right? Where Marquinhos will run through players. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the difference between them, I think. But I would start him on Sunday, definitely.
Cheeky Chappy. Start Marquinhos.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the reason is simple. It's like he was given an opportunity and he took it. And we need that kind of player. Like we need to reward them. We need to say yes, Saka is the main guy. But the guy played amazingly, and we were excited to see him, and he was part of the team. You know, he looked comfortable, and when he scored, he was so passionate about it. It felt so good, and then that's what I say in the team. It's like I'm not crying, you're crying because it was it was very emotional for him, and he's really young, and he really wants it, which is really, really good to see like once in a while because that's what we've been asking for. We've been asking for passion. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Also, definitely Saka needs some rest, but also competition. And the guy I think is good enough.
Yeah.
Now the issue with number nine that we were talking about before is that when you have that big, strong player, your system changes. So you have to throw him balls on the air and things like that. So it gets complicated because then you rely on the guy too much, and so even Messi, he was very small, and that Barcelona never had like a proper striker, and everyone was just quick with the ball. It's just different two styles of playing particularly what it is. But Marquinhos, he showed that he's for the future, but same thing with Martinelli, we said the same, and he's ready and he's playing week in week out. But hopefully we won't send him on loan because that will be typical Arsenal there.
Yeah. Well, listen, everyone's just watching now. We're just halfway through on this Easy Talk on a Friday. Friday means Easy Talk. Easy Talk means it's the Friday. Let's go into the live chat just for a few comments here. We've got Colin Young. Yeah. There's your mate.
my brother from another mother.
Well, he says competition positions is a good and healthy thing. John the Geezer Gooner says, smash the like Goonas and subscribe to this great channel. Great channel. Is it a great channel? We're
of course it is. Of course it is.
We're all right.
Amazing channel.
Of course it is, Alex. Alex, of course it's great. I'm on it.
There you go, Des. There you go.
Alex, you have at hand.
Say again?
Don't you appreciate? It seems you don't appreciate what you have.
Well, we know Amazon Prime. We're better than Amazon Prime.
Oh, hell yeah.
Here you go. Here you go.
All right. So there's someone says, even Alex and panel and chat room, if Arteta brought the players he should have brought, do you believe most of these present players would still be here, Cheeky Chappy?
I don't know. It's a difficult one, that one.
Yeah,
Can I?
He has to be responsible for his signings. I mean, I was very critical of the guy last year because he renewed some people that what did, we just didn't need anymore. And he brought horrible players like William and and David Luiz and stuff like that. He renewed his contract, but at the moment I think they're doing a good job, but mostly because of Edu. And I don't know. I don't know. We have to wait for the results because we're still in the project. We have to wait.
yeah, yeah. Good point. Jara, good evening. He says, Des, I like Trossard from Brighton. Nimble, quick, and extremely versatile. Will you take Trossard from Brighton?
Yes, in a heartbeat.
Really?
Yeah, that's the player that we need because he's young, he's hungry, he has a World Cup with Belgium coming in. Um, and the guy carries Brighton. Brighton doesn't have a lot, but he does carry them sometimes.
Mm,
And it will be a great addition.
mm. For you, Des? Trossard?
Uh, uh, um, possibly. That's a very vague answer. I'm sorry. um, um, I don't know. I don't know because I think he looks too good for Brighton. And would he shine? Would he shine at Arsenal?
Yeah,
That's my dilemma on him. He looks
yeah,
brilliant for Brighton, but could he produce it anywhere else? I don't know.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, can I take the fifth on that one, please, Alex?
No.
Okay. Right. Okay. No, possibly I wouldn't. Sorry, Alfie. I don't mean to disagree with you, mate, but possibly I wouldn't. No.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a difficult one because he stands out, but obviously we
yeah,
have a quality of players, and you say he would be as good. But listen, if you stand out playing with Brighton, then you're a good player
Well,
because you
hold on a
know
minute. Hold on. Let's throw a spanner in the works here, Alfie, just for 1 second. Cucurella
he
played
wasn't that
well,
good.
played well for Brighton, but I don't think he'll do it for Chelsea.
Yeah, no, he won't because he's not that good. Like you can tell that
yeah,
he
yeah,
wasn't that good. Like it's just Chelsea overpaying.
yeah.
That's what it was.
As usual, as
Yeah,
usual.
I would agree. I would agree with that. I would agree with
Yeah.
that. But that was just like a counter argument. You know what I mean?
Just a couple more. I've got Tim Hogan in the live chat. Good evening, Tim. He says hi all. He goes to say, I think Saka will start Sunday, but it's a good to have a competition, competitive squads. What else do we have here? There we go. David Luiz was a Emery signing.
Yeah, but he renewed it. Arteta renewed it, and it was
Yeah,
unnecessary.
yeah.
So he has to be accountable for that.
Well, hold on. Now, here's a counter argument for that one. I'm sorry, I'm right on one tonight. I apologise, but here's a counter argument for that one. You know, when he renewed these contracts, this was around the time when we were all shouting Cronky out, and he wasn't getting the funds. So, do you think he renewed these contracts because he couldn't actually get the players he wanted?
No, he always had the money available. Um, I don't know. I mean, we have given a lot of money to Arteta, and something that kills me is that we didn't give money to Arsenal. All the money that he spent on signings, it was money that he actually made for the club. They never gave him extra money.
Right.
And yeah, he was a believer of this self-sustainable kind of way of doing business. But at the same time, we know there's an excuse for basically the owner just saying, listen, if you make money, use it, but I'm not gonna give you any extra. That's basically the policy that was there. But when they felt the pressure of the fans, then they started to basically to take out the wallet and give some funds. Um, it's sad that they did it late because I don't have complaints about um management is complicated and we really don't know how that works because it's all news and stuff like that. We just hear from here and there, but at the end of the day, the only thing that I ask for management is that they, have the funds available when we need them. And Arteta have been asking for players, and he has the money. Obviously, I think it's half money and half, what we can sell as a club. And it's difficult to get, Haaland playing Europa League, you
Yeah,
know. So
yeah.
that's what it is. Or for example, for one brief moment, and it was all rumors because he said that everything was already sorted. That it was the guy that went to Barcelona from Leeds. Um,
Mm.
what's his name?
Rafinha.
Rafinha. Yes.
Rafinha.
So Rafinha, could we really land a player like Rafinha? Like he was standing out for Leeds, and he wasn't expensive, and it was definitely Arsenal step up. But when you go to Barcelona, even though they don't have money, they still have the reputation. And yeah, you have to compete on side and side. But I don't think it's about money because David Luiz, like we had Saliba, for example, we had him on loan. We could have just brought him back, and that's it.
Mm. Let's go on to the penultimate topic, and it's about Papa Arsene Wenger. Oh my goodness. Well, the former Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger recently revealed he hadn't watched his former side, Arsenal that is, since leaving the club in 2018. I find that hard to believe. Believing his presence could create an unnecessary issue. Don Larry, would you like to see Papa Arsene back at Arsenal?
Coming back as what?
I don't know. As the Papa, I don't know.
No. Unless if it's coming to be like Ferguson as a director, it mustn't have anything to do with the team, because the way now the team is in dynamic form with a dynamic coach, a young coach, and at the level that the Premier League is now has gone beyond the days of Arsene Wenger. So I don't think he has anything to contribute to the team except position, or as a liaison between them and the. I don't see, I don't know what position is coming to take, but he will I think that will have direct impact on the team or team's technicalities, coaching, because let's be honest, Arteta is setting up a good team for Arsenal. Are you getting me? Yeah, I watched the way Arsenal differentiate between him and Man City. You understand? The only thing that is remaining that we need to have a good depth, like we're just talking now. If tomorrow Nketiah cannot fill in, Party has problems. There was no. We are all afraid that Lokonga might not be able to do, even though yes, he was helped by Xhaka. You understand? So we don't have more depth like Man City. If we can get players like Man City, we will go places with the new format, the spirit in the club. So I'm not subscribing to Arsene Wenger that team or to do any technical suggestions. It might come in as administrative or managership. If they want to reward him, fine. But I don't know what is going to come and be.
Don, you're harsh, man. You're harsh. Des, Papa,
Yes.
No,
Papa
is it
Arsene Wenger.
true? Is it true? We have to go past sentiment. We have to go past sentiment. It's been since 2000. Look, everybody laugh at us when they see Aston Villa. He has won the Champions League twice. We won. Ajax has won. Small teams in Europe has won. Where I begin to ask myself this years. So we need to go past sentiment. Are you getting me for the club? It's time for the club, but we brought us back to Europe before he left.
Enforcer.
Yes, sir.
Papa Arsene Wenger. For you? No.
Well, Don Larry makes some very good points actually, because for me, end of the day, don't get me wrong, it was great under him. If anything, the Cronkies owe him an apology for the way they treated him. But if you're asking me about coming back today, I'd have to say this: where does he fit in? Arsenal have moved on. I don't think, even in an advisory position, let's say, it doesn't suit Arteta's way of football. Okay, so where does he fit in? He's better off doing what he's doing now, taking care of, the 150 clubs or whatever he's doing. Don't get me wrong, I'll always respect the man. He achieved a lot with us, but he's had it. It's one of them, Alex, mate. He's had his time. It's time for someone else.
Yeah.
And let them shine and let them. I mean, I'm not saying that we're going to get 22 years out of Arteta, but it's like, let him have a go and let him do it his way.
Yeah.
As I say, I just don't see where he would fit in at the club. And that's the only thing I'm saying against Arsene Wenger. I don't know where you fit in, Governor.
Cheeky chappy, Papa Arsene, no. Yeah. Oh, right. Go for it. Come on.
No, not really, not really. I mean, it's difficult because if you see very successful football teams, they're ruthless. Like Bayern Munich, they have a project and they change presidents and they are owned by the fans. And if the players don't want to stay, they go. And so you need to have that certain mentality at a point. I think he's just irreplaceable, but we have to know who are we talking about in here, and it's Arsene Wenger. As soon as you let him in a little bit, he's gonna have a lot to say in many, many different things because he managed everything. So when he says, "I've stayed away out of respect," you have to believe that 100%. And also, he does it for himself because if he gets too involved, then he's really, really involved. And yeah, I don't know Arteta. Still, I believe in the project, but we have to wait because projects without results is nothing.
Yeah.
And yeah, we have to wait. But yeah, no, I don't think he would fit anywhere. That's the issue. Yeah, we moved on. Sadly, how he left and how he went, and controversy and media and fans and the other guys that are not real fans, but they have like a big platform and they like to do clickbait and things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he won't fit. He won't fit. It's time to move on. But I like his coverage of Arsenal, and he's very open about it, and he does interviews, and he's the brand. He really represents us as fans and everything, and yeah, no, sadly, no.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way: if Arsenal was in charge, All or Nothing would have been completely different.
Yes, but All of Nothing is a show, and they
Yeah,
knew
I know.
that
So
cameras
it
were
would have been
there,
completely
and
different. What about you, Alex? What do you think?
No, I concur. I think it is time. He's had his time, and it's Arteta's time now. We're not going to get we're not going to get 22 years out of Arteta, are we?
I don't think so, but you never know, do you?
You never know. Yeah. No, but
yeah,
you're right.
but I don't think he would stay 22 years because it's difficult nowadays. You know that even people in a normal regular job, they don't want to stay for more than a year, 2 years. Before we used to have like teachers for 20 years, doctors for 20 years, but people just want to do different things, and
Yeah.
just a different
You see,
mentality. That's what it is.
I love Arsene Wenger. I love him because he was the one. He was one that shaped football styles. He brought what they call real football into the Premiership. I remember I don't used to like to watch Premiership because it's always a kick and follow. You play one or two players touch it. There was no real football, like passing, making use of all the players. But when Arsene Wenger came, he brought in the champion football that every other team emulates his style in one way or the other. He made them to know have players to score a goal. He knows them. He taught them how to use players, how to link between the defense and the midfield and the attack. You understand? So I love it. His time has passed. Do you think if Ferguson go back to Man U now, he will get any results?
Yeah, but even
Because
himself, he said it.
because football is science. Football is science. If you see the way people analyze football, it is now it is now we used to count assists, we used to count how many distance you run. In those days, they don't see all those things. So football has moved past. You understand? The same way in every other aspect of life.
Can I be controversial for a second?
Yes.
I think I would give Arsene a go at the England manager job.
I think he has been offered that many times, and he said no.
Has he? I didn't know.
Yeah, the reason is because he said that he likes to work with with the guys every week.
Yeah.
And if you take like an international job, it's just once couple of months, and you're not gonna be able to do a proper team like that. But
that's fair enough. That's fair
yeah,
enough.
but I'm sure that he has been offered France job, and he has been offered England for sure.
Even before he left Arsenal, he was offered France job, even England.
Yeah.
Real Madrid came. You understand? He said no.
Yeah, even Madrid did it. Yeah. But I mean, sorry to interrupt you.
Alex, I've got one more controversial point I would like to chuck in just before the end of the show. Are you ready for this?
Go for it.
I am loving the way that Xhaka is playing this season.
Oh no, ciao.
No, give the man some credit. He is playing this season. I tell you now, he's playing this season, right? He didn't get a red card against Man U. He was well behaved. Give the man some credit. He's totally changed. His attitude has changed.
I support you. Xhaka is the one of the best midfielders that we have now. I'm telling you, give him now.
That's so sad. It's so sad that he's one of the best midfielders that he has, because he should have gone ages ago.
Well done, Des.
No, but I'm being absolutely genuine. I'm loving the way he's playing so far this season. I'm loving the way he's playing. All this credit.
Xhaka was part of it. Xhaka was really helping Lokonga. I'm telling you, if not, the pressure would have been too much on Lokonga. So Xhaka go front. Once the ball is coming back, the opponent is taking the ball back. If you run back to help Lokonga, that depth yet. You understand? So we should give him some credit. So far, this is our best midfielders.
Okay, I know that this is recorded, so I don't know if you can clip this part, because I'm gonna say something positive. Yes, about Granit Xhaka. Basically, sometimes you need to have players that have certain attitude, even though their qualities are not good enough on the pitch, and that's something that I came to realize sometimes. For example, Harry Maguire, he's horrendous, but he has those leadership skills. Obviously, that needs to be backed up with good football. But I think that's the case of Shaka. Shaka is a good leader. He, put people in place. He, has fire, but he's just not good enough. Yeah, and he shouldn't be at Arsenal. Yeah, that's it. Simple as. But
I think he'll get 10 goals this season.
he cannot pass to the front. He's not gonna score 10.
Alfie, what have you been watching? He's our third striker.
Listen, if the goals were on the side, the guy would have, 6 Ballon d'Or by now.
Listen, listen.
Sadly, we don't have goals on the sides. If not, or behind. If he was behind, oh my God, the guy would have been the Henry of our times, you know?
Please,
Thank you,
you see,
Des.
you
You're
have,
welcome, Alex. You're welcome. You're welcome.
with your past. My mindset you had for him in the past is what you are looking at. I'm telling you, Xhaka is a getting 10 goals. I cannot say that. He is not a striker. I can't get 10 goals. Well, at least maybe 5. I can grant maybe around 5.
Listen, we paid 30 million for that boy, yeah? 30 million. And you just got Haaland for 50. It's simple, yeah? It's
Is
super
it
simple.
out? Is it
This is
closer?
the question. This is the question. We know how Shaka turned out to be this moment. Would you go back in time and still pay those 30 million for that player?
Well, no, because hindsight's a great thing. You don't know, do you? So we probably would. You can't say that,
We don't,
Alfie, mate.
we do
Hindsight,
we do not see the
you know.
future. We do not see
I
the
mean,
future.
exactly,
You know,
exactly, John, exactly.
Haaland injury prone. Do you know how many months he spent on the sideline when he was in Dortmund? So and when we bought Xhaka, there was nobody called Haaland. And don't forget,
Yeah, definitely,
you
definitely. I
understand?
agree. But if people ask me, would you pay again for Alexis Sanchez? I would say yes. Would you pay again for Mesut Ozil? Yes. Because, you
Hold on.
know,
Pay
they
again for what?
independently independently
We
of
don't see,
how they left,
nobody sees the
when
future.
they played for Arsenal,
Nobody
they
sees
were
the
really, really good.
future.
Alfie, let's be sensible for a minute. Let's be sensible for a minute and calm down. Because I know what I did. I lit the fuse, I stepped back and I watched. Okay? But let's be sensible for a minute. Okay? Players that I would pay the money again
Alfie.
for, like you said, okay? Just 1 second, Don, 1 second. Santi Cazorla, yeah. Santi Cazorla, Sanchez, yes. No way would I pay again for Ozil. Not in a month of Sundays, mate. I wouldn't pay again for Ozil.
He should have gone on the last contract. We shouldn't have renewed, but until that point, that boy was good.
So the point that the Cheeky Chap is trying to make, Des, would you have paid for Granit Xhaka again?
No,
Yeah.
no. See, listen, Alex.
Yeah.
Nobody
Yes, I would have.
knows the future. Xhaka in 2016. You understand? And as at that time, it was good. You understand? I is mentioning Haaland. Haaland was nowhere when we bought Xhaka. Are you getting me?
Yeah, no, I'm not comparing the two
So
players. They're just too
for
different.
now, to answer your question, to judge by present form or like last season's form, I will not pay such a. But mind you, when we bought Xhaka, we have prospects.
For any season's
When
form.
Right. Here's why I would pay again for Xhaka. Think about it, okay? The man is never injured. He's built like a tank. Yeah, he's never injured. I can't remember the last time. Xhaka was injured. Right?
Last season, wasn't it? Last season.
Oh well, I've obviously got a short memory.
Well, how many matches?
I now know why they call me Jesse. I now know why they call me Jesse.
This simple.
One
With
at a
this simple.
time. One at a time. Go on, Cheeky Chappy.
It's super simple. We already had a 5 million Shaka, and he's called Mohamed El Neni.
Oh, please.
Man,
Oh, you talk about that Xhaka can't pass the ball. He only passes it
Shaka,
sideways.
exactly my point. He does exactly the same thing for 25 million less.
That's the point.
That's my point.
Okay.
You can see Lokonga when he plays.
One at a time.
I'm sorry. You can see Lokonga when he plays. He's not ready. You can see that the boy is young, but the intention is there. I would play Lokonga any day of the week and Partey instead of Granit Xhaka. Because regardless of the character of the guy, he's just not good enough to play for Arsenal. Simple as.
Thank you, Des.
Okay. I'll see.
Alex, you
Okay,
know when you wish you had asked.
Listen,
Oh, sorry.
I just want to say no one is gonna convince me of something different. So I can hear you, but no conviction from my part.
Don,
All
very
right,
quickly
thank you.
before we move on, Don.
No, I know. I'll take what you said. No problem. It's okay. Let's move on.
All right, okay, all right.
Alex, you wish when you hadn't asked.
Thank
You
you,
wish
Des.
when you hadn't said something. Do you know one of them moments? Please carry on. Thank you.
I'm
Thank
staying
you.
out of this. You know my opinion about Granit Xhaka. I'm saying nothing more. Anyway, so yeah, we're back in the Premier League action on Sunday, 12. What's it? Midday kickoff. Yeah, the Bees versus the Gunners. Des, how's
Yeah.
this one going to go?
2-0.
2-0. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. Okay. Cheeky Chappy.
I think we're a little bit hurt from that first game of the last season, so I think they're gonna go concentrated. We can win it 3-0.
Okay. Don.
Brentford is a local team with a good team. Just apart from Ivan Toney, but they are good team. But I know players and a good team too, and a good style of play. I support. I'll go with 2-0.
2-0. 2-0. Right.
Yes.
Let's see if I can run through these last few. There's been so many comments in the live chat. Des, thank you, Des. Let's see what we've got else here. Dissembled says Arsenal have too many players who play a variety of players who can play a few positions, but actually lack specialists in the position. Is that right, Cheeky Chappy? We've got too many players.
I think that happens for the defensive midfielder. We have too many players on that position, and none of them are good enough.
Yeah. John Legiza says Arsenal fans cracking up because Ben White was not chosen in the England setup. CM War Games, Richard II says Arteta said all the players were in from moment he took the job. Have any of you seen Inside Hell End? No. John, do you think White is good enough to play for England? Des, is Ben White good enough to play for England?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's another thing about Sunday, Alex. Just quickly, Ben White has got an injury. I believe it's a thigh injury, so there's a good chance he's not playing. And Zinchenko has got a calf injury, so there's a good chance he's not playing. But to answer that question quickly and bluntly, yes.
Right. Don, are you still there? He's covered the camera.
Yes.
Johnny Geezer says Wenger will not be allowed back, sadly. What do you mean he won't be allowed back? Roll out the red carpet for him. Not like.
Oh yeah, you'd have to do that at least. You would.
Do you know what? We've come to an end.
Oh, brilliant.
Des, thank you. Anyhow, it's been a bit of a lively, easy talk on this one. The talk about Granit Xhaka, the G-man, the X-man, always kind of gets the juices flowing. Thank you, Des. Don Larry. Don Larry.
Ask me any question on Ben White.
Oh, tell me then about Ben White very quickly.
Well, Ben White is good. He's good for England team. Who are there in the England team that he was there in the Euro, so he's as good, especially with his new role, 2 places. He's a special player because he's a special player that plays 2 roles, and it's not easy to be a central defender and as well again be a number 2. You understand? If they not choose him, it's because maybe they are doing rotational, because this is what the coach has done. It's good for England's team.
Yeah, but he's not played more than 5 games for England.
Well, maybe because England has so many, they have so many alternatives. Not been calling Saka for some time too. And Saka is a good player. You understand? Tony, from all his time he has been playing, this is the first time.
Alex, just one quick thing about that.
Because we've got to wrap up the show very quickly. Yeah.
I was going to say was, if Harry Maguire can get picked, then Ben White is definitely good enough.
Why is better
Yeah.
than
That's a
Harry
good
Maguire
point, actually.
5 times?
Thank you.
True.
Thank you.
Anyhow, we're finishing the show. Cheeky Chappie, thank you for tagging on the show. Always good to see you back on the channel on the Easy Talk. And
Thank
there's
you for having
a
me.
question about Granit Xhaka.
Thanks, mate. I just like I like to bring something a little bit different, and it's been great to be on with the Don and with Cheeky Chappie. We always have a good chat, good
Nice one.
discussion.
Nice one.
Thanks for that.
Enforcer, thank you so very much for that. And last but not least, the Don finally made it on the Easy Talk. Thank you so very much for your time. So that is it. The next time you guys will see me, or the viewers will see me, will be on Monday. Look out for the big Sunday show with Paul in the North Bank. Wonderful show. Sunday show. Yeah. And actually, before we go, the Enforcer, I don't see you going on the Sunday show. Is there a reason?
Mate, I've been working the last couple of weeks. I've had to watch it on catch up.
Right. Okay.
But I'll go on in the future. Don't worry. I've just had a contract which finished last weekend, so I'm available from this weekend onwards if you need somebody.
Yeah, nice one. But yeah, it's a good show. I think Paul does a great show on Sunday. Yeah,
I'll be there. I will be there. Don't worry.
Sorry, Don.
What happened to Isaac? What happened to Isaac? We've not been seeing him.
So, say again.
Isaac from Kenya.
Oh, like I always say, there's more to it than just podcasting. We've got our lives to lead, we've got families, we've got jobs, and the more important things to be doing than podcasting. So I found my costs. Anyway, guys, that's it. Again, next time you guys will see me live on the channel will be on Monday evening.
That is good.
No more talk about Granit Xhaka. No more talk about Granit Xhaka.
Good night, everybody. Good night.
No more talk about Granit Xhaka. Anyhow, this has been Canon for the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.